just move on to this quickly. We mentioned this on Friday, the Telegraph shouting that no jab, no job policy should be the law. Well, can it be the law? And this is the question. Of course, it can't be the law. There are a number of reasons why. First of all, because the British government is signed up to the European Convention on Human Rights. And that, of course, is managed by the European Court of Human Rights, which in turn is part of the Council of Europe. Now, they have released last week a document discussing COVID-19 vaccines, ethical, legal and practical considerations. And they say in that document, with respect to ensuring high vaccine uptake, governments need to make sure that citizens are informed that the vaccination is not mandatory and that no one is politically, socially or otherwise pressured to get themselves vaccinated if they do not wish to do so themselves. It goes on to say that with respect to ensuring high vaccine uptake, governments and so on are expected to ensure that no one is discriminated against for not having been vaccinated due to possible health risks or not wanting to be vaccinated. And it also says that governments should distribute transparent information on the safety and possible side effects of vaccines, working with and regulating social media platforms to prevent the spread of misinformation. Now, I do have a bit of a problem with this one, and that is because it is general. They're saying that they've got to provide transparent information on the safety and possible side effects of vaccines. I think in this particular drive, there has to be some transparent information given on the safety and possible side effects of the vaccines that are being pushed on people at this particular moment in time in particular, as well as the broader general thing. But the unfortunate aspect of this is that it's also calling for a regulation of social media platforms to prevent the spread of misinformation. And that's a problem because, of course, most of the misinformation, as far as I can see at this point in time, is coming from governments themselves. But David, this call for the law to be imposed on this idea of no jab, no job, this is extremely dangerous. I don't like human rights legislation or human rights, the human rights approach as such, but nonetheless, both the United Nations, the Council of Europe, and in fact the British government's own training material on vaccines say the same things. This is not mandatory. It cannot be made mandatory. Full disclosure and proper consent needs to be in place.
Yes, and we have to be strong on this, and we have to keep repeating this, because so often in the past the law has been transformed from something that protects us to something that oppresses us. And we don't want that to be extended into the realm of bodily autonomy.